Yes. Yeah, what I've said is I would like to repeal and replace. There's parts of that I think are good. I want to make sure that we have coverage for people who can't get coverage. I believe we can do that. The problem with the healthcare bill was there's a real problem there. The Republicans failed, as I mentioned earlier, the Democrats failed on this. It's something we need to come together and address many of the problems. I don't know if it needs to be in a comprehensive bill like how it was pushed through, where we heard talking Nancy Pelosi, well, you know it's in the bill after it's passed. That's wrong. We need to know before something is passed what's in that bill. But I'd like to go in, repeal what's there, go in and really address issues that matter to people. Cost of health care, accessibility, making sure that people can't be denied coverage because of pre-existing conditions. We can do that. It's a challenging task, but it's manageable. You know, there's a finite group of people that are in that window. I talked to insurance people, and they say, yes, you can. Most would say you can insure something just as how much it's going to cost, or how we're going to plan that in a way so that they can get that coverage. We can come together to make sure that no one falls through those cracks. I believe we can do that. We can also provide affordability. People can move from jobs or different states and still take their insurance with them. I also think we could go and open up the ability to be able to purchase and get across state lines to see if that might bring more competition and bring down the cost. So we can do some good things there. We need to do good things there. So my commitment is let's repeal what's there and let's replace it with things that really matter to us. Lowering costs, really addressing the accessibility to people who can't get insurance coverage, and making sure that 85% of people who are really pleased with the health care that we've got, that's not threatened. I think the worst thing that we can do is put a bureaucrat between me and my doctor or you and your doctor. It just doesn't work. We know it doesn't work. And now we're seeing that there's really an admission by those who voted for this that, you know what, there's not going to be any cost savings. It's going to cost us a lot of money over the next 10 years if we don't address that. So that's my comment. Other questions? Yes?
Just a side comment as an insurance man. I've received several emails already saying we're not going to raise the rates for putting your division. So it's affecting good people in the business. It's going to drive.
Yeah, I've heard both. You know, I've heard some where definitely costs are going to go up. People are starting to get their bills sometimes at like 10%, 20%. We're talking about that at the table here. That you know, celebrating only a 10% increase because they know that it could be much worse than that. Well, it's too much at a time like this when people are really struggling. It goes back to this idea where we all are tightening our belts. It costs more for us. The government isn't tightening their belts, and we need to change that. Yeah, but
you're also going to find that employers, especially the small ones, they're going to be raising that much. The employees have to pay in addition to the extra cost of everything. It's a multi-faceted thing.
You're right. Any other questions? Yes.
Half of your sites are still on fire office, but you're in all
Yeah. Well, it's going to be challenging. There again, it's been years that have gotten us to the point that we're at. A couple things. One thing I know for sure that is not the answer is the wrong thing to do would be to raise taxes on families, whether it's on the state level or federal level. That is absolutely the wrong thing to do. People are already struggling. We're already in a recession. Unemployment is already almost in double digits. 14 congressional districts. So the right thing to do is come together, bring both sides together, say we've got to address this problem, and have some real discussion, real dialogue, real debate of getting back to what are our core responsibilities as a state, making sure that we're prioritizing what our core responsibilities are. We've got to stop adding programs. When you look at our revenue as a state, revenue in 2010 is the second highest revenue we've had here in Illinois in history. 2009 was higher than 2008. So in other words, it's not a revenue problem, it's a spending problem. We continue to spend so much more money than we have, whether it's here in Springfield or out in Washington, D.C. So we've got to bring that back. We've got to rein that in. I think there's things that we can do to address cost of government, of waste that we see down in Springfield. I served on a committee that was charged specifically with digging into specific areas. We since, again, we understand that there's waste in government. I mean, that's almost an oxymoron. We just know that there's wasteful government going on. So we need to dig in there. We need to start cutting that out. We need to start working together. I've been in Springfield for over 10 years now, and the entire time I've been in Springfield, I've served in the minority party. So I've never passed a bill without bipartisan support. And I've passed dozens of pieces of legislation for the people that I represent. So it can be done. We can come together and work together, but we just got to make that happen. Makes it very difficult decisions. We can't spend additional money that we don't have. We've got to follow through on the commitments that we've already made, so that we're not pulling the rug out of people.